NASA expected Pluto to be dead. Cold, silent. Frozen in almost exactly the same state for billions of years. For decades, astronomers believed this distant object at the very edge of our solar system was nothing more than leftover debris from planetary formation. That assumption survived for generations. Then New Horizons arrived in 2015 and instantly shattered everything scientists thought they knew, because somewhere in the deepest darkness of our solar system, Pluto was behaving in ways nobody thought were possible, and what NASA found there should never have been possible. Nothing about Pluto was supposed to remain active, orbiting nearly 4 billion miles from the Sun. Pluto exists in temperatures so extreme that any internal energy should have vanished billions of years ago. There should have been no atmosphere left, no geological activity, and absolutely no reason for the surface to be changing at all. According to every accepted planetary model, Pluto was expected to become completely inactive long before life ever appeared on Earth, and for more than 70 years, scientists believed exactly that. Then the first close images finally reached Earth, and almost immediately, researchers realized Pluto was not behaving the way any model predicted. Across Pluto's surface stretched an enormous bright basin, nearly 1,000 miles wide. Scientists later named it Sputnik Planitia, but one detail stood out immediately. The basin contained almost no visible impact craters. That made no sense. Objects this ancient should carry the scars of billions of years of violent collisions. But Pluto looked completely different. Its largest region looked strangely young. The surface was changing. Something had resurfaced the region recently enough to erase evidence of ancient impacts. Alan Stern, principal investigator of the New Horizons mission, later admitted what very few expected to hear. We discovered a place far more active than anyone imagined, and almost immediately, one question emerged: what exactly was happening inside Pluto? The deeper astronomers looked, the harder Pluto became to explain. The first major anomaly appeared inside Sputnik Planitia. What initially looked like an enormous frozen crater turned out to be far more unusual than anyone expected. Data collected by New Horizons suggested that this entire region may be slowly renewing itself from below. Instead of remaining completely solid and inactive, models indicated that nitrogen ice inside the basin could gradually shift over extremely long periods of time, and nothing about that should have been possible at temperatures this extreme. And somehow, that was only the beginning. Near the outer edges of this basin, teams identified mountain ranges rising more than 11,000 feet above the surrounding terrain. That discovery alone raised serious questions. What made the discovery even stranger was evidence suggesting that some enormous water ice blocks may slowly migrate across Pluto's nitrogen ice plains over geological timescales. Structures larger than entire cities, potentially shifting across a landscape that scientists once believed had become inactive billions of years ago. Then scientists found something even harder to explain. Pluto actually possesses a thin nitrogen atmosphere. High above the surface, sunlight interacts with methane gas and triggers chemical reactions that gradually produce dark organic particles. Over millions of years, Those particles settle back onto the surface, slowly covering large regions of Pluto in a deep reddish layer, which means that even at the outer edge of our solar system, Pluto is continuing to evolve. And that forced scientists toward a deeply uncomfortable conclusion. Something beneath Pluto's crust may still be producing heat today. If that is true, then Pluto may not be the frozen dead object we believed it was for decades. Back on Earth, scientists were finally about to see Pluto clearly for the first time in human history. After traveling through deep space for nearly 10 years, New Horizons began transmitting its first close images back home. Inside Mission Control, the reaction was immediate. For several seconds, nobody said a word. Because what appeared on the screens looked nothing like the object astronomers had imagined for decades. The images revealed mountains rising across the horizon, an atmosphere hanging above the surface, and unmistakable signs that Pluto was still changing. In a single moment, one of planetary science's oldest assumptions collapsed. Humanity had spent generations believing Pluto was little more than a dead object drifting through darkness. In that moment, scientists realized they had misunderstood Pluto for decades. Yet the strangest discovery may lie far beneath Pluto's frozen crust. Several internal models suggest Pluto could contain a subsurface ocean buried beneath a thick layer of ice. If that is true, something this small should not still contain enough energy to keep liquid water from freezing after billions of years, and that creates a serious problem. Current models struggle to explain how Pluto may have retained enough internal heat for this long. So where is that heat coming from? Some researchers believe radioactive decay may explain part of it, but others suspect Pluto may be hiding internal processes science still cannot fully explain. NASA continues studying future Kuiper Belt missions, because New Horizons only gave us a brief encounter, a few short hours, and the biggest questions remain unanswered. For decades, humanity believed Pluto was little more than a frozen relic abandoned at the edge of the solar system. Instead, we found an object that continues evolving in complete darkness, nearly 4 billion miles away from the Sun. A distant frontier where mountains drift, chemical reactions reshape the surface, and forces buried deep underground may remain active after billions of years. Perhaps the greatest mistake we made was believing distance meant silence. Because Pluto may be proof that the universe hides its greatest mysteries exactly where we stop looking.